Hi, my name is Caitlin Webb, and this is my presentation over C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis was born in Belfast, Ireland on November 29th, 1898, and his mother, at a young age, passed away. Her name was Florence Augusta. He went through several schools throughout his life. He went to the Waynard School. He went to Campbell College, Cherbourg House. Those were just a few that he attended. In September 1914, Lewis began getting tutored by W.T. Kirkpatrick. 1 year after receiving a scholarship to Oxford University, Lewis enlisted in the British Army. In 1918, just 2 years after he enlisted in the Army, he was discharged due to injuries that he received during battle. Right after that, he was honored with the Doctor of Divinity Award that was given to him by the University of St. Andrews. He appeared on the cover of Time magazine on September 8th, 1947. He got married to Joy Grisham on April 23rd, 1956, and she died just 4 years later. In 1961, Lewis became very ill and was diagnosed with kidney failure. And on November 22nd, 1963, he died shortly after his diagnosis. By May 20, 1919, Lewis published his first piece of literature titled Spirits of Bondage. Lewis published another piece of literature titled Dalmer in September 20th, 1926. Over a span of 3 years, C.S. Lewis converted from atheism, then to theism, and then to Christianity. That had a huge role on his literary work because he began to write several Christian books and different books about his faith, and that just shaped him as an author and the person that he grew into, or who he grew up to be. In 1933, he began to write and publish several books. These books included The Pilgrim's Regress, The Allegory of Love, Out of Silent Planet, which became a series of 3 different books, The Problems of Pain, and several other books. In 1950, he published the first book of one of the most iconic series, known as the Chronicles of Narnia. That book that was published was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. That book is still being read today. They've made movies about it. They have gone through the series and they've made different copies of that series. After his diagnosis, Lewis began to publish and write 2 additional books. After he passed away, 3 more books were published in his honor. They were Letters to Malcolm, chiefly on prayer, The Discarded Image, and Studies in Medieval and Renaissance Literature. Lewis became very strong in his Christian faith, and that also showed in many of his works. He was a very dedicated author. According to Dallas Willard, the allure of gentleness is an invitation to see the world through the eyes of a man filled with kindness and love. Another review stated, C.S. Lewis saw language as a defining characteristic of what it means to be made in an image of God. C.S. Lewis would be up for a brisk walk on the Arctic tundra that is home to many of his readers and admirers. That was stated by Dr. Bruce L. Edwards when he was talking about things that Lewis would like to do if he were still alive. All right, that is my reflection on C.S. Lewis. Thank you.